Welcome to After Credits, part of the Popcornography podcast. You're joined by Rick, that is me, and you're joined by...
Remember your name, Rick, yeah. And Dean, I'm back after credits.
And we've just come out of Kingsman, The Golden Circle, the sequel to Kingsman The Secret Service, which came out in 2014, I think it was.
Which was a bit of a silent hit, wasn't it? It just came along and then hit people and everyone liked it.
It did, yeah. It took me by surprise. I remember sitting there thinking, this film is amazing.
And I never went to the cinema to watch it. No. I only watched it after, and because everyone else around me was saying how good it was.
I did exactly the same.
Yeah.
And you know what? I've been talking to a few people today, and so many of my friends haven't actually seen the original.
I know, I couldn't believe that.
Still.
How could they not have seen it?
I don't know.
It's a really, really good film. It's one of those films that people go, you've got to watch it, You think, oh yeah, okay, then I'll watch it. You put it on, you're like, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was a really good film.
Yeah. Now, the sequel's come along. We've literally just walked out the cinema. We've had about, 3 minutes to put our thoughts together.
My mind was just blank. I'm just waiting for this. So it was just literally blank all the way back, waiting to talk about it. But yeah.
Did you like it?
I thought it was amazing. I was a little bit apprehensive because I liked the first movie so much.
Yeah.
I thought, is it just going to be an action film from start to finish? How are they going to change it up a bit? How are they going to make it a little bit more exciting? But I think they did. It didn't drag it all the way through. They had lots of different plot points. They had. We got to see, of course, the American side as well as the UK side.
Yeah.
Of the Statesman and the Kingsman, and I thought it was really good. Having said all of that, as much as I enjoyed it, I hope they don't actually make a third one. I don't know why. I just feel like them two, they've told a really good story there.
I've got a feeling they are going to make a third one because I believe he's even already got a script ready. I've read something, I can't remember where. Matthew Vaughn, the director, has shown Colin Firth the script for the third one, and he loves it, apparently. And in a way, without any spoilers, this film does it doesn't shy away from a sequel, does it? It leaves it open.
No, but I don't want it change into like Bond, where it just goes on forever. They just keep on making more and more Kingsman.
But Bond, right. This is one thing I wanted to say. We were saying in podcasts recently how the fun's been pulled out of Bond a bit, and you know the crazy gadgets and the humour's kind of going, isn't it? Like, especially in the last film, Spectre.
It got more serious, didn't it? It got more and more serious.
It did, and we were kind of moaning about that.
We realised that when we watched GoldenEye, how much Bond has changed. But yeah.
But this is kind of a really fun, bit mental, over the top Bond film.
And it was weird seeing Elton John in the movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you know what? He's a good actor. Like, he didn't seem off. Usually when they're throwing cameos like that, you expect them not to be quite to the level of the main actors and stuff, but he held his own there, didn't he?
He enjoyed it, he loved it.
He looked like he did.
How much
know
fun
why
was
he did
having?
that, or do we know why he decided to, appear in this film?
I don't know. He probably someone just asked him, and they thought, "What?"
Just a bit odd, isn't it?
Imagine him sat in a room. How can we make this a bit more humour in it? Oh no, let's throw Elton John in there.
Yeah. I tell you what, that's what I like about this film, though. They're clearly just having fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously. I mean, there is a few negatives that we'll come on to, but it just exists. It's one of them films you can't really have a massive go at because it's not taking itself seriously. Does that make sense?
No, it does make sense. Yeah, it does make sense.
Now, when we were coming out, though, I heard someone in front of me say it wasn't as good as the first one. Someone said it was too Americanized. Do you agree with that?
There was a lot of emphasis on the American side, but of course they want to appeal to the American market, and this was an opportunity to do that by bringing another side.
You're right.
Side of the element
it was obvious. It was going to happen.
But I thought it brought a new dynamic to the actual movie because the first one focused just on the Kingsman, and it felt just that was the whole focus. Of course, the main villain in the first one is an American as well.
Yeah.
So there was already had quite a big American element in the first one.
And the idea from the villain, the whole point of her, it was very similar to the first film. If you can remember what he was doing in that first film.
Yes, it was.
Where everyone's got these sensors in their head.
Exactly, which goes back to why I don't want them to keep on dragging this on to Kingsman 3, Kingsman 4, Kingsman 5. I think they can take it too far.
I think the story wasn't quite creative enough. The message in the film was very confused. It was, without giving any spoilers away, it was kind of anti-pro drug.
Anti-pro drug?
It was. It would say good things about drugs, and then say bad things about drugs.
I know what you mean. Yeah, there was mixed messages, wasn't it? The way they said it, they were comparing it to other addictive substances in normal life that are legal.
Yeah.
And they were saying, well, how come these can't be legalised?
Yeah.
So it was given, and it was shown that normal people like take drugs as opposed to just druggies.
Yeah.
So it was sending lots and lots of mixed messages. Yeah. I don't think there's any spoilers on the films.
No, but then it was motives for certain people, and they became bad guys. It just, it was just very confused.
It was a confused message, but you don't take it seriously because of the humour elements, do you?
That's it. This film is getting away with quite a confused, weak story because it doesn't take itself seriously and is just having a laugh. One thing I do really like about Matthew Vaughn, though, the director, is his action scenes. Like, they're incredible. The way the camera moves around the fights and it zooms in on certain elements of that fight. I don't know how he does it, but it's so clever.
It was clever. Yeah, there was a lot of good. It was a lot of good stuff, and I did enjoy it more than the recent Bond films. So
yeah,
I did enjoy it more, and I think it's filled a market there. Like you said, it was cheesy humour. Spies.
The humour was brilliant, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they've brought that back in, haven't they? Because in the past, Bond was the cheesy humour, like you said, and it got serious, and they've come back into the market with a bit of humour.
Yeah.
And it was really clever. It was only the Elton John parts now and again I found a bit cheesy, but it managed to still fit into the overall film. It was still enjoyable.
No, there was some proper laugh out loud moments, like brilliant bits that I was grinning from ear to ear with. But yeah, action scenes, comedy. It genuinely was a really good, fun film.
And I'm not surprised that certain people thought the first one was better. I'd probably give a little nudge to the first one just because it's the origin story.
I think it was a bit tighter, though, wasn't it? The story was tighter.
It was, yeah. But I was entertained all the way through. It was still a good movie. It wasn't too far behind the first one. I wouldn't call it a disappointment at all. No, it was a good movie.
I really enjoyed that. I'll certainly be watching it again. So, out of 5, Dean.
Oh, that's 5 rating.
Now, this can change. In our podcast, we'll be reviewing it. We'll have had more time to let it all sink in, but
4.
I'm going to go with 4. The action scenes were fantastic, but I think the story was just a little bit generic and a little bit too similar to the original film.
It was generic. But yeah, I say give it a 4. What would you give the first one? Was that a 5 or a 4?
For me, that was a 5.
You see, I thought that was a 5.
Because that stuck with me.
And that's why I came to watch the second one, because the first one, I thought, that was a really good movie. That was a 5 as well for me. And I hope I can eat my words if the script is that good for the third one. I said I don't want to see any more. I just want to end it.
I think we're getting another one. I'm pretty sure we're getting one. I looked on IMDb and under Matthew Vaughn, Kingsman 3. So it looks like it's already on the way. It's done its American bit. It maybe can focus on a more original story, a little bit more creative story.
Well, we'll see.
Well worth seeing. Kingsman, thumbs up.
Thumbs up, yeah.
Go and see it.
Go and see it this weekend.
Thanks for listening. Check in our podcast for a proper review. One we've had more time to think about it. You can find us on Twitter at popcorn_media. You can find us on Facebook at popcornography. Look for the red power button, and we'll be back soon. See you later.
Bye.